And today we are joined with Imani Mott Futrell, who is out of Connecticut. I am super excited to have you on as a guest. Imani, you have been such a trailblazer throughout the HS community, and I am just so excited to dive into our conversation today and get things started. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's kick this thing off with Let's Talk About It Living with HS, episode 1 of our podcast. Appreciative of you being willing to just sit down and talk and really just catch a vibe and have a conversation and just talk things with life, with HS, with your journey and how dating has been, and figuring out a new journey and a new outlook as far as self-care and maintenance, and trying to really figure out what works best for you, because that's important. You have to love on yourself if you want others to love on you too. So, and you do it beautifully, so might I add. So, yes, I definitely do appreciate you. I look forward to collaborating with you because I'm
be such it would be very near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
What you do is very important, and I need you to know that you are literally an icon. Like, I genuinely appreciate you getting our stories out there, asking the right questions, basically asking like really what people think all the time, like questions that people genuinely want to know. And it's amazing how much you're bringing us together, because we see different people like on your pages, starting to know more people and more warriors, and it's just really what you do is very. I keep using the word empowering, but like it's a very strong word. But I genuinely appreciate what you do, and to come up here and do this, like, I was like, I don't know how she does it. Like, I genuinely, like, interviewing people, like, I would get so nervous and everything, but you're genuinely, like, a natural at it.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful to see you in this place. So
yes,
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Yes, I have so much love for you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Because it's good to hear that. Because I'm like, everybody needs to hear their story. Like, it's one thing to look at you guys as content creators and someone who advocates for a skin condition, but to actually get into like that person behind the scenes is so important. It allows that connectivity not only within our community and with each other, but the outside people. I feel like it helps because a lot of people like reached out, and my family was like, I didn't even know males can get it. When I talked to Pedro, when I talked to Parrish, and they were explaining their flares and what they're going through and how it's been for them, a lot of people reached out and was like, I had no clue. I just thought it was women. And I'm like, no, it's everybody. HS does not discriminate, but HS does not define us. So
I'm getting that tattooed on me. No, honestly, because Super Boil and tattooed.
Hey.
I genuinely want to get that tattooed on me. It just does not define me. I do, and I genuinely, I gotta figure out a place where I'm gonna put it. It's that, and it's faith, because my name means faith, and it's like on the side, like in like a cross. So I definitely want to get that like on my body as well too. But that, because you're gonna have a lot of faith and hope throughout the journey with HS.
And you have to have nothing else, just your head just go spin, and that's something. You know, I talked about that briefly of, having HS and like really being in yourself, because you're alone sometimes going through your flares, and if you're alone, you can get in your head, thoughts start spinning, and it can get real dark it can get dark real fast. So I just feel like that's important to talk about as well, to bring awareness about, and you do amazing at that. I feel like you touch on every part of everything everyone needs to know: lifestyle, dating, life, the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs. Like, I woke up today not even thinking I was gonna have a flare. Here we are. Hey. Because I'll just be like, all right, cool. Like, what is that aspect? I even say that in life in general, because nobody said the why part of you don't want to grow up, say a kid, What was the why? Now I see the why. And it's it.
It's hard.
Hard. Like, listen.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
No, because you know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
say it right.
Hey.
Nobody,
Right.
nobody's saying anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Or typically they don't know. I find, because I believe my grandmother, my dad's mother, and my dad actually has it. But they
Really?
have gone undiagnosed. So they just think it's like boils. And I was like, I think you may have HS. Like, I really think you do. Like, they're like, it hurts. Like, my dad actually just recently had, I'm not going to diagnose him, but he recently had a boil and he was like, it hurts and it's draining. And I'm like, you probably want to go to the derm because I think it may be HS and you guys are just thinking it's like an ingrown hair when it can be something more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I had it when I was younger. You said
like,
what's?
We can,
yeah, we can.
We're able to be I feel like I'm at a level now of where I can look at it and be like, this kind of like HS.
Right.
But I'm like, this what it looks like.
Right. I'm like, let me get my gloves and poke around a little bit.
Let me get my PhD real quick because I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm over here.
Right. I'm like, he called me. He like, is this it? I said, I don't know. You probably want to go to the doctor because you probably do have it. Because I had boils like as a child, but it never dawned on us to be like, let's look more into this. It was just our family gets boils. So maybe I've had it more than 2 years, but recently officially diagnosed rather, for 2 years. So
For 2 years.
Very interesting because it's like a lot of people I don't know if you met Ashley at the summit.
I love her.
Yes.
I just met her today. So we were able to, like, after the summit, like, explore and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was genuinely a nice vibe down there. It worked out. Like, my flight was supposed to be, when was I supposed to land down there? I was supposed to land down there maybe, like, early. Like, I would have been down there around, like, 7.
Okay.
And my mom was coming. So she took a flight, but her flight wasn't until 9.
Oh.
So somehow, like, my flight ended up being delayed, like, all those hours, and I met up with my mom, like, at the same time, basically, which was very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a rental, so we were able to, like, after the summit, it was really nice. There's this place, it was called Cheap Treats. Like, it was just a whole bunch of, like, junk food, like. And I was like, okay, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, and I'm getting this. It was genuinely, like, really good. The hotel they had us staying at as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
I literally told Jasmine, I was like, if we ever do this again, that hotel.
That's the one.
It was amazing because you got to see the city and you got to just see, like, the lifestyle down there. It was very beautiful. Yes,
okay.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is Detroit. I was like, this is crazy, and I definitely want to come back.
Yes, please do. Please do. They have really, really turned Detroit around as far as like appearances, buildings, businesses, networkings, events. Everything is like, oh. Recommend people to come and see everything that's new and see even the history part of Detroit. Get a chance to see Motown, the Motown Museum, because
my mom did.
Did she? Did she? Yes. Did she have a good time? I know they updated some stuff in there, so I haven't been in a couple years, but did she have a good time? Like, cool. Like, what is that aspect? I even say that in life in general because nobody said the why part of you don't want to grow up, say a kid. What was the why? Now I see the why, and I'm mad, and I want to fight everybody because why you didn't tell me this? I could have stayed back. I could have hung back a couple years.
It's a lot.
It's so
It's literally a lot. And I'm just like, I wasn't expecting that. And like times like have changed.
Yes.
And it just seems like we got it just like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like,
Easy. Like,
yeah, like it's good in some ways, but then it's ways where I'm just like, I need a breather.
like I need a break. Can we I'm still trying to find balance between
No,
regular
seriously.
life and life with HS. Like, if it's not one
Right.
thing, it's another. So
Definitely.
absolutely.
I genuinely want to get that centered on me. It just does not define me. I do. And I genuinely, I got to figure out a place where I'm going to put it. It's that and it's faith, because my name means faith. And it's like on the side, like in like a cross. So I definitely want to get that like on my body as well too. But that, because you're going to have a lot of faith and hope throughout the journey with HS.
And you have to. You have to, because if you don't have nothing else, just your head just gonna spin. And that's something, you know, I talked about that briefly of, you know, having HS and like really being in yourself. Because you're alone sometimes going through your flares, and if you're alone, you can get in your head, and if you're in your head, your thoughts start spinning, and it can get real dark real fast.
It can.
It can get dark real fast. So I just feel like that's important to talk about as well, to bring awareness about, and you do amazing at that. I feel like you touch on every part of everything everyone needs to know: lifestyle, dating, everyday life, the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs. Like, I woke up today not even thinking I was gonna have a flare. Here we are. I didn't think my flare was gonna start draining, and I wake up out of a peaceful sleep, and now I gotta deal with this.
I told you, I posted about that the other day. I was like, it's one thing to bother me throughout the day, but at night, when I'm trying to get my rest,
When I'm trying to sleep,
in the morning,
that's disrespectful.
Right. I was like, this is ridiculous.
That's disrespectful, because why would you do this? I'm over here dreaming, peaceful, sleeping, and here you come talking about, all right, here we're gonna dream. Like, no.
It's just not very demure. It's not very mindful of my feelings and who I am.
It's not very classy, because what about these sheets? Who gonna clean these sheets? Oh my God. And I saw that when you were in California. I said, now who I gotta beat up because you wanna drain and I just wanna lay on these nice sheets and go to sleep.
Like, I got purple sheets, and like purple is like a color, which I didn't know at the time, but it was so funny because I was just in like this purple mode. And like, maybe there will be one day where I do get white sheets and I just have them, but the closest we're gonna probably get to white being on my bed
It's this pillow.
magical. That's about it. And that's pushing it. I'm pushing it right now. But it's like trying to build up to getting a little bit more comfortable with, like, you know, things like that. Because like I can wear white clothing, but you know, sometimes I can green out on it. But like, I don't know, it's like up in the air. But I was scared. I was scared at that hotel. I was like, I had to put my jacket down. I was like drain out.
Right. Like, you chose the wrong time to start draining. Like, you had all this time before we got here, and now you want to act out.
They wanted to go out. My friends wanted to go out, and I got my period that week too. I was like,
oh no.
I literally got my period. I was like,
Ashley at the summit.
I love her.
Yes.
I just DM'd her today. That's a public recommendation.
Yes. So Ashley, I spoke with her grandma because she brought her grandmother to the summit.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
They were so sweet.
Yes. I love them. They are amazing. And she was telling me how she went most of her life undiagnosed. And I was like, that is something, because a lot of people do, and a lot of people just think like, oh, it's just a boy way to go away. No, maybe y'all should take the action, because
no, seriously.
you know, and And I didn't know we had a doctor here in Michigan until I went to the summit that actually specializes in HS. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, where have you been all of my life? Like, so I actually, I don't know if you guys were in the room at the time, but we actually signed up for a laughing therapy clinical trial with them. It was really good. It was really good. It kind of got me out of my comfort zone a little bit because I was like, I don't really just laugh out of nowhere. Like, I feel like it has to, you know, gradually come. And he's like, well, we're just gonna laugh for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we're laughing. He's like, all right, do a big laugh. And I'm like, a big laugh? But nothing is funny. I was so confused. I'm like, how you want me to laugh, but it's nothing to laugh at? So yeah. But it was good nonetheless. Like, I met a lot of cool people that was like, I didn't even know we had a community. I didn't even know it was other people out here that was feeding into the community and like actually being here for one another. And we're like, yes. It was a mom, and she said that she was recent diagnosed and her daughter was as well. And she was telling her daughter, like, you're coming with me because these people are amazing. And I'm like, and it's more people too. You need to get on social media. Yes, because Cara was in one of our calls. So she was like, yeah, we were telling them about the summit that we went to in June. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I would say the summit was lit. The summit was.
That was so fun.
Yes.
That was really so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast.
I was just gonna say, how did you like it? Did you get a chance to see the city a little bit? I know you guys were kind of back to back.
Kinda.
Okay.
Because it worked out. Like, my flight was supposed to be. When was I supposed to land down there? I was supposed to land down there maybe like early. Like, I would have been down there around like 7.
Okay.
And my mom was coming, so she took a flight, but her flight wasn't until 9.
Oh.
So somehow, like, my flight ended up being delayed like all those hours, and I met up with my mom like at the same time, basically, which was very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a rental, so we were able to, like, after the summit, like, explore and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was genuinely a nice vibe down there. We're up there. I feel like across there, I'm in Connecticut. So
Okay, so yeah, you're across. Yep. yeah.
It was really nice. There's this place. It was called Cheap Treats. Like it was just a whole bunch of like junk food. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, and I'm getting this. It was genuinely like really good. The hotel they had us staying at as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I literally told Jasmine, I was like, if we ever do this again, that hotel,
that's the one.
It was amazing because you got to see the city and you got to just see like the lifestyle down there. It was very beautiful.
Okay, so you guys did stay downtown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, like Detroit. I was like, this is crazy, and I definitely want to come back.
Yes, please do. Please do. They have really, really turned Detroit around as far as like appearances, buildings, businesses, networkings, events. Everything is like, oh, cool. We on the up and up. Actually, I like this. So yes, even though I want to get out of Michigan, I'm tired of being here. I've been here all my life. I'm ready to go.
Right.
But I definitely recommend people to come and see everything that's new and see even the history part of Detroit. Get a chance to see Motown, the Motown Museum, cause
my mom did.
Did she? Did she? Yes. Did she have a good time? I know they updated some stuff in there, so I haven't been in a couple years. But did she have a good one? I know, like that's when I can grasp it. It's either like before, during, or after. So like, and it comes strong too. So I'm like,
yes.
Can you pick and choose which pain you want to give this week? Like,
right.
Cause it's not given. It's not, and here you come talking about. All right, here we're on the drain. Like, no.
It's just not very New York.
Yeah, and I saw that when you were in California. I said, now who I gotta beat up because you want to drain and I just want to lay on these nice sheets and go to sleep.
Coincidentally, like, I got purple sheets, and like purple is like a color, which I didn't know at the time, but it was so funny because I was just in like this purple mode. And like, maybe there will be one day where I do get white sheets and I just have them, but the closest we're gonna probably get to white being on my bed
It's this
is
pillow.
magical.
I
That's
know
about
right.
it. And that's pushing it. I'm pushing it right now. But it's like trying to build up to getting a little bit more comfortable with, like, you know, things like that. Because like I can wear white clothing, but you know, sometimes I can green out on it. But like, I don't know. It's like up in the air. But I was scared. I was still at that hotel. I was like, I had to put my jacket down. I was like, drain out?
Right. Like you chose the wrong time to start draining. Like you had all this time before we got here, and now you want to act out.
They wanted to go out. My friends wanted to go out, and I got my period that week too. I was like,
oh no.
I literally got my period. I was like,
I hate that, but usually that's when I know. Like that's when I can grasp it. It's either like before, during, or after. So like, and it comes strong too. So I'm like,
yes.
Can you pick and choose which pain you want to give this week? Like,
right.
Cause it's not given. It's not. You're not very mindful, right?
Oh. You know how they are, but that pink, I'll be like, oh. But it is a cute color. Pink is genuinely like a cute color, but like people will really like pink everything out, and I'm like, wow, pink in here. But then I guess I can say the same color about like blue. I love periwinkle. Periwinkle is like my favorite color, but like
I like that.
It can either go purple. Yeah, it can either go purple or blue. So
right.
It depends.
Yeah. And I try not to stress out because that's when I typically flare the most.
Yes.
Like if I'm stressed, like I'm at work. When I say I was stressed, and I had like 5 flares at one time. And I was like, oh, somebody please send some help because what do I do? No. I was stressed out and getting off of work like 3 hours outside of like my original like off time. Nobody was helping. I was stressed out. I had just moved. So it was like a lot. And I was like, on top of this, I got all these flares that's just coming out of nowhere. Every time I think it's getting better, it was getting worse. So I was just like, yeah. And a lot of people at work don't know that I have HS. Hey.
Girl, that was me at my first job because nobody understood it and nobody like got it. But this time around, like when I got to the job that I've been at this job for about 2 years. They already know what's up. My boss, like she's seen it firsthand too. Like they know what I be going through. They've heard the stories. They've seen like the way that I gotta run to the bathroom and clean up if I need to and stuff like that. Because if they don't, I felt like if I didn't tell them, I was either gonna start getting questioned. They was gonna wonder why,
why you was constantly going to the bathroom.
Yeah, while I was coming in so late. There was one day, like maybe I think it was last week. I told my boss, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be late." I was like, because I can't do everywhere. This. And I wasn't rushing. And rushing ain't gonna do nothing for me but stress me out and make me sweat. So I was like, I said, I don't even got time for this. I said, I don't even got time for it.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Cause what?
No, for real.
What?
For real.
Like, yeah, so.
That's will tear you up. I'm telling you.
So bad. And I get them to like, I can't walk. Like, if they're in my groin area, I can't walk. I'm like, I'll be at home.
Where do you get the most done?
In my groin area.
Right.
Yeah. I just recently probably like 6 months ago now, started getting flares under my arms, and I was like, oh, it's traveling. It's traveling now.
It's traveling.
Yeah, so I'm like, I really took a step back and was like, all right, what is really making me flare? Why is it traveling? Like, what's going on? Where do I need to start? Or where do I need to pinpoint areas that I'm like, either am I eating something new? Because I even thought I had a new trigger food. That's how stressed out I was.
Oh, wow.
I was like, is it something that I'm eating and I'm already eating it and I don't know? Like, I really was like, okay, what did I eat new? What did I eat different? Because I wasn't sure. But everything in my diet, I try to make sure it's on the clean spaces. Like, if I'm not like craving the flare, like what I need that's gonna cause me to flare, like the seafood, I'll stay away from it. Like, I would really like be like, okay, I'm gonna try to get in remission and try to figure out what works for me. Cool. That's how stressed out I was. So I was like, oh, okay, let me take a step back and actually give them what they're giving me. My signage say 8 to 5. I'm working 8 to 5. I'm not doing anything else. Because I would get off at like 8, 9 o'clock at night and still have to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and start work.
Right. I used to be doing that. I used to be doing that so much. Because when I worked at, I used to work at Dollar Tree, like that Dollar General, Family Dollar franchise. I would literally be working at 2 to 9. And then I would get home around like, because we wouldn't be done until around like 9:30. I wouldn't get home until around like 10 o'clock. I didn't really have enough time to really have any downtime and to really tend to myself and my flare-ups. And I literally had to get up for like 7 o'clock the next day. And I was like, ridiculous. I was like, I genuinely cannot do this.
Literally.
It was bad.
Literally.
No time for myself at all.
Exactly.
So that's prioritizing.
That's top tier.
That self-care. I'm telling you, girl.
And I had to learn that. I had to learn that. I was like, I don't know the difference of work-life. I don't know what work-life balance is. I know it today. I know it today.
I'm telling you, because it's just like, I was like that too. I was like, oh my goodness, like, you know, I have to fit. Once 4:30 hits, Imani is not in the office.
No, I'm
gone. On the way home. I was like, I am not stressing myself out here. It will be here tomorrow. And if it's the weekend, it'll be there on Monday. I was like, I am not going to sit here and stress about this. Not me.
Because I learned, they'll get somebody else to do it. If you're not doing it, they'll get somebody else to do it. The care. Where is the caring? I saw the TikTok of the lady that passed away in her cubicle and nobody said nothing. Where is the caring? So they don't. And at a time, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like,
the thing with the, I'm just looking at it now. The thing with these, actually, I want to just put a picture up there. These are the
there we go.
This is the heel cue, and these are genuinely, like, I can cut them to size, which is really nice.
I like
I love them. Yeah, they're very convenient to people because I'm like, they stay on,
right?
But it's like getting them off. Like, I'm trying to learn new ways to take it off, because sometimes I'll just be like, okay, now I'm done. I'm just gonna take it off, but because it'll cause things like, I don't know if I have it up here, but like little like stuff like
little bruises,
here.
What about coconut oil or Jamaican oil?
I do have coconut oil.
Okay.
I need to start. I'm to see if that'll like slide it off. Like I'm gonna try it, because I think I need to start adding up again. Because there was a point where I didn't really have to, but at the rate of which it's going now, it's like I have to pad up.
Yeah.
And I'm very stubborn. I don't want to have to put it on, but I have to.
I'm the same.
Because having to pad up all the time, it's exhausting. I posted that video. Like, it's literally so exhausting, but I have to do it because I'm just like, okay, go through this 30 minutes of like putting all this stuff on and being angry, or going throughout the whole day looking at my clothes, Yeah, so I'm just like, I gotta pick my battles.
We gotta pick the battles somewhere, somehow. And it's like, why? Like, can it just be one thing? Like, I want to be lazy. I want to sit here and I just want to be okay. So I definitely get it. Because sometimes I just want to stay in the bed and be a burrito and watch TV. Because
I was so ready.
when you are going through your flares, what's your comfort show that you watch?
Because I just finished up Bel-Air.
Oh, how did you like it?
It's really good. I genuinely do like it. Like, I watched it in 2022 when it first came out. And then the second season came out, but I didn't watch it. And the third season came out this year.
Yeah.
So I was able to watch both of the seasons in like a week. And it was literally like, it was good.
It was really
They did
good.
A really good spin-off of it. It was really,
good.
really good. That Fresh Prince was a very, very, very iconic show.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do like
you gotta do it right.
You gotta do it right.
And they did just that.
Very beautiful like, scenery that's out there. Like it's like it was really good. But that's what I have been watching. But I'm more of like a cartoon person.
Okay.
I love like a good Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love like a Fairly Odd Parents, a SpongeBob. Like I quote SpongeBob every day. So if I don't find anything like anything on like Netflix or like to watch, like I'll go to my comfort shows, like my childhood comfort show person.
Okay.
I love like a good Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love like a Fairly Odd Parents, a SpongeBob. Like I quote SpongeBob every day. So if I don't find anything like anything on like Netflix or like to watch,
being willing to just sit down and talk and really just catch a vibe and have a conversation and just talk things with life, with HS, with your journey and how dating has been and figuring out a new journey and a new outlook as far as self-care and maintenance and trying to really figure out what works best for you, because that's important. You have to love on yourself if you want others to love on you too. With that, I hope you guys continue to love on yourself and love on those within your community. I am happy to close out our first episode, Living with HS with Mott. We had a really great conversation. If you're interested in booking, feel free to connect with us on Instagram at Let's Talk About It _HS and click the link in our bio to book your time today. Bye.